Ooh, hello. um, yeah, I like the title. You know, you know. I have pinned the link to the top of the chat. So if you do want to come in, but obviously I reserve the right to refuse you. Kieran, good evening. Saturday night, what are you doing? What are you doing Saturday night? Yeah, I've got nothing planned. I've got something I'm going to look. We're going to look at a couple of things. We're going to look at, have a little chat, and so we get. Well, if we get a few people in, I don't want to do too long. I don't want to do too long. It's Saturday night. Got other things to do, haven't we? None of us have got lives, have we? Joshy boy, how you doing, mate? How you doing? Yeah, I've definitely got no life. I am actually talking to somebody at the moment, which is good. She's a bit of a geek, so hopefully she's watching. Gilster, there he is. Look, there he is. And what do we see when we? What do we say when we see a Gilster in the wild?
I'm 37. What? I'm 37. I'm not old. Well, I can't just.
I can't play it all. I don't know. I'm sorry. This is going to be a huge challenge. Have you on your phone? Littlest from my monitor, and I'm tempted to put this week's video together. You should be going to bed, young man. You should be in bed now. You should be in bed, all tucked up, ready for Bolton. What time are you getting up in the morning for Bolton? I am still. I'm still on Little History. Because I was on earlier, and I clicked off StreamYard. I mustn't have clicked off stop screaming. I didn't realize I had to. I can't get back on, so I am actually still streaming. So I'm waiting till he finishes his stream so I can finish. I've got it unlisted at the moment, but it is still there. It's yeah, it's quite embarrassing. You're still putting this week's video together. That's good. Digger, good evening. Yeah, come on, you sad buggers. What are you doing here on a Saturday night? 5:30. See, you've got to be all that hard work you do. You're going to be knackered. I know you've got Monday off, but that doesn't mean anything. Oh, stupid work. Oh, get those tacos, man. I could do with a taco. I've just had a burrito, so probably not best not having a taco. I will learn a lesson from your mistake there. Yeah, I know. I think when I've done it with you, I mean, on your live stream, not when I've done it with you, when I've been on your live stream, obviously you've ended. So I was thinking, I don't want to, so I just clicked off StreamYard, but it's still going. Yeah. So yeah, there is a lesson to be learnt there. I know you're always knackered. You do too much, mate. You're having a holiday. I'll run the shop for a week. No, I don't want that hassle. Rolando, are you driving? Are you going to a toy? I've been watching your. I'm glad you started to put it on widescreen now, Rolando. I did want to say something, but I thought I'm not going to say anything because that's the way you might want it. But it is a lot better when it's like that, when you've got the phone. Yeah. I've been enjoying. I need to watch a few more of yours. All day, right? I'm thinking there's nothing to watch on YouTube. Then just when you're going to bed, everybody drops the thing. It's like last night I was watching Forever Retro live, There was 2 other live streams going that I wanted to watch as well, and I'm thinking, and I had my premiere, but Forever Retro, I did win the giveaway. I bought a Dukes of Hazzard remote control General Lee off him, and I won a Stridor box Stridor as well, and I've got a sticker. So he's told me to hold off on the postage because we might be coming Friday, Gareth. We might be coming down Friday. If he can sort his driving lesson out, we'll be coming down, and it'll bring me what I bought and what I won. So Stridor, do you need a Stridor, Gareth? Because everybody's saying hello to each other. That's good. Nobody want to come up? Right, I'm gonna show this. Right, my new favourite. No, it's a Boxed Origins one. I think it's not. It won't be Box Vintage. I remember watching. I remember seeing this Stridor at the beginning of this live stream, and then it didn't register to me. It says, "Oh, you'll win something." I'm thinking, "What have I won?" But it was a Stridor. So yeah, well, it's good. It's nice to win something for a change. You're coming to your shop? Yeah. Well, that just it depends whether I say if we can get the driving lesson sorted. Be nice if when he can drive. Yeah. I imagine him getting a van. Yeah. Why is it? Are you toy shop owners don't drive? I don't drive either, so I can't say anything. Right. So you know all the Facebook groups with the Star Wars, vintage Star Wars. I only go. I deleted Facebook last week for a bit. I thought, I just don't want to deal with. I deleted Messenger. So if you're messaging me on Messenger, very sorry, but I'm not on there anymore. Yeah, but I went on and I wanted to put my Boba Fett. But I want to swap my Boba Fett for a yak face. That's what I've thought about doing. I want to keep the Boba Fett, but I want to be able to swap it for a yak face. So I've got the 96 again. But there is another vintage Star Wars group on there. It always makes me laugh. I think it's based in America. It's I'll bring this conversation up. I saw this and I just thought, what? So it's just a bit of fun, not taking piss out of anybody at all. The original Stridor is selling for $5 in America, so about 15 to 30 in the UK. I don't know. It's just nice to get something, win something. I couldn't believe when I won it. I like using the Force, and it worked. Hello to everybody into the chat since the last time I said hello to everybody into the chat. When you're giving away your Boba Fett, do you want to come on and give it away now? But you want to do it on your channel, don't you? Hey, Fanta! Yeah, I'm going to get your package sorted this week. I've just sold my Toy Biz Batmobile box, Toy Biz Batmobile, so I need to package that up. I've sold something else as well, so they need to get packaged up. So I'll get yours packaged up. I'm going to try and get John Joker's package sorted, and I've got one for Lack as well, but I'm going to wait off till he gets back from North Pole or wherever he is. Yes, you're going to put capitals in for lovely Fanta because she's slightly challenged. She can't see good. Now the live stream worth watching. Piss off, Kieran. Right, I'm going to bring it up. Go stop and say I ain't leaving this. Oh, lovely. We'll watch that later. Drop your link in so everybody can subscribe to you. Everybody drop your links in because I like that. Thanks for the offer, mate. It feels wrong to do my giveaway. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Hey, Cam. I'm blind. Yeah, but I don't. Yeah. You're blind. Yeah. It helps with all these lovely people on there and my face. You don't need to see my face. TJ, she's blind for fuck's sake. Yes. And you're deaf. Right. So it is the Vintage Star Wars action figures group. Join it. It is fun. It's fun. It's funny. It's worth it. Grown ass blind too. Grown ass blind. How can your ass be blind? Right. What's it got to do with donkeys anyway? I should have. Yeah. Don't. Actually, I've videoed it. I screenshotted it so we can go through it. I can leave it and we can go through it. I'll pause it in a minute. There's no way all of these toys are vintage. Some of them have to be new. Just a random post. Random, totally random. Can I make that bigger? I always want to make it bigger. Hello, all, by the way. Hello, TJ. I was surprised to see you on Little History. Why I've been watching them all week. Wouldn't even join you. Well, that's you, innit? I'm busy. He's American. They have asses. Duffman, 13 months. Well, thank you. Even though it's been going like 3 years. Whatever I said tonight, don't take it personally. I'm just in that kind of mode. So yeah, this random post on a vintage Star Wars site. So he's obviously talking about vintage Star Wars figures. What's he mean by the toys? No way all these toys are vintage. Some of them have to be new. Well, it does say vintage Star Wars, so no. I just got. It took me a while to figure out what he meant, but you read through the comments. Somebody says, "Which ones are you talking about?" He doesn't know. He's just rambling. I concur. According to the documentary Plastic Galaxy, Kenner believed to have produced approximately 750 million Star Wars figures. No wonder so many survived and still mint on card. It wasn't just Kenner, though. Let's just face it, it wasn't Kenner. This is what I keep saying. There's millions out there. There's still thousands on card. I was in your chat, yeah. Afterwards. Yeah. So yeah, so this guy, we'll carry on. Then why? This made me laugh. This comment. Logan Bruce. I shouldn't be naming the names, but then why are some more expensive than my OG Playmates turtles? Let's see if I can make this better because you're missing. No, that's not good. No, that's not good, is it? No, I don't know because can you see? You can't see that any worse, can you? Really? This way, I recorded it on my phone, but yeah, What do you think? What do you think about that? He's moaning that vintage Star Wars, are worth more than turtles. Yeah, turtles are nice. Did it come out later? They maybe are less of those, so they could be rarer. More people collect Star Wars. Let's play it a bit than turtles. So I'm guessing demand could be a reason. Could be. By the time, let me pause that. By the time the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were released, the trend of people buying action figures and keeping them on collectibles increased quite a bit. I think during the time of Star Wars that it started, people were cottoning on that these could be worth a bit. While the early turtles are not common still in the package, many people set them aside. It's like the episode 1, isn't it? Star Wars episode. Everybody put them all in the box and put them in the loft. That's why you see so many of those. I remember this being a highly anticipated toy line, and people were excited to collect them when they're released. For one, they are older. For one, they are older. Star Wars is. Some turtle villains are worth more. Yeah. Well, you can say that about any line, can't you? Certain Thundercats figures are worth more than most of the Star Wars figures. There's always one or two of each line that are worth quite a bit. I mean, Scratch the Cat with turtles, obviously. Yeah, could go on. What do the OG soft heads go for? I have 4 OG turtles plus Bebop and Rocksteady. Considering this is a vintage Star Wars and it's gone on to turtles now. Are they mock or loose? Loose complete. Not worth much then. Very, very impressive that. There are tons out there. 10 years ago, I was buying the whole collections for $100. Really? Something happened in the last 6 or 7 years where everything went up in value and junk figures were selling for $20. I don't understand that comment. Good on him for 10 years ago getting whole collections for $100. I don't know where he was buying this whole collections from. No. Or Kerry. It's Kerry. It might be a man. It might be a woman. I'm not looking at. I don't know. I'm not going to go into that. So this one. Look, this one. This is from Jerry. Ed.
Hello.
Hello there.
How are we doing?
Not bad. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. I thought I'd just pop in and say hello.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Somebody put Ed's link in the chat, please.
I'm nice. Just a nice kind of guy.
Yeah, you are. And Andy's here as well.
Andy? Hello, Andy.
Does Andy want to come up as well?
Well, I've just popped in because I've just finished off doing my little bits and bobs for my particular channel.
Doing your bits and bobs?
I've not been doing no YouTube. Just I've been doing Instagram and photography stuff. So
you're on that there Instagram.
Yeah, I've just finished, so I thought I would just having one quick check of my socials, and I saw you were on, so I thought, I don't know, I'll nip in and say hello before I go.
Yeah, it's just a bit of fun. Nobody's got lives. None of us have got lives, so Saturday night and look at watching me. It's just how sad's that? I mean, I'm the sad one for having a YouTube channel, live streaming on Saturday night, but
it keeps us out of trouble.
Really?
Kind of.
I can cause more trouble on here than I can.
Well, yeah. I suppose you just got to be careful, aren't you? Really, what you say.
Definitely. Definitely, yeah.
Have to suppress that northern, straightforward, plain
Yeah.
talking.
That is why I get a lot of dislikes.
Right.
Because I tell it like it is. But,
Yeah.
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 Well,
I've been a bit salty the last couple of weeks, especially on certain social medias. So yeah.
Right.
I just felt like
I think
we're in the
sometimes
pot.
sometimes it's like it's nice to let your guard down now and again and just.
Oh yeah. I don't mind. People.
I don't know. I think it's a tough one because I mean it's like I know with the Cosmic Council that we do with Gareth and Andy and yourself.
Gareth, who's that?
It's fundamentally Gareth's thing. So
yeah,
I do find myself having to I think it's only fair that you put your best face on because it's his channel, it's his thing.
That's why I can't do it all the time.
So it's but I've got a jar just off the side here that I keep my YouTube facing, and when I need to pop it on, I'll put it on. So
get on with your game, TJ. Get on with your bloody game.
What game's he playing?
She.
Sorry, she.
It's fine. Everybody does that. She's probably playing Tomb Raider actually.
You've got a girl watching you.
I guess. I won't say girl either. Oh, Gilsa's got to go. Make those tacos. Stephen. Sorry, Steve. Stephen with the Blue Thunder that he won't give me. That's not on, is it? That's not on.
Stringfellow Hawk in the picture there.
Yes, he's a big Airwolf fan.
Ah, right.
He's actually built his own helmet.
All right, cool. Is it is the helmet based off any helmet in particular, or is it like a scratch built thing? Do we know?
I'm assuming it's scratch built.
Right.
I know it is.
And also like these like 80s TV shows, like with these kind of things, they tended to get things and then just like bolt and stick things on them to try and make them look a bit, Well, I believe the Battlestar Galactica helmets, they were all custom made.
Yeah.
I mean, they did look pretty cool. Especially with the little LED light thing. Yeah. Well, there wouldn't have been LEDs back then, would there? But the little lights around the. They were pretty cool.
I've just been watching Retro Recipes do his Knight Rider bit.
All right.
Where he goes to tries to find the locations for Knight Rider.
Yeah.
And that was quite interesting.
Yeah, well, I'm terrible with remembering names of things, but it's a channel, and it's he's some kind of Knight Rider historian, and he goes around researching. I think he actually owns some of the screen-used vehicles.
Yeah, the Knight Rider historians. Yeah, I watched that. I watched that all the time. I clicked on this video because I usually watch Retro Recipes anyway, and I suppose you do. But he's got his own kit, he's made his own kit, and he's bought one.
Yeah.
I thought it was Knight Rider historians that I was going to watch, and it wasn't. It was him. I thought, I'll watch it anyway, and it was really good.
Yeah, because the last one of theirs that I watched was, I think he'd just gone out. Would it be Arizona or somewhere that way? Because he'd got a lead on the not the second, but the first truck that they used for the when Kit goes up into the back of the trailer, it was the first truck that they used. I think because it didn't have a sleeper cab on the back.
No.
So I think it was the first. Well, I think they call it a tractor unit over there. But so I think it. Apparently, I think someone had contacted him, and it was just kind of like sat in this corner of a field, with, just sort of like just sat there doing nothing. So Egyptian helmets originally scratch built. Can't speak here.
We can talk about Jaffa cakes if you've got some for me.
Oh, Jaffa cakes.
I don't mind some Jaffa cakes actually. Now you mention them.
Yeah. I used to be partial to a. Oh, they have the truck and the trailer now. Oh, excellent.
I'm not jealous. Not jealous whatsoever.
Well, there's a guy. I won't give his name out, but there's a chap I believe he lives in Huddersfield, and he has a replica kit.
Seen the one in Leeds. It used to be in Leeds.
Yeah. Because a friend of mine who's really into Night Rider, especially kit, the car. It was his birthday, and I arranged with this chap to come over and take him for a ride in it, and that, Yeah. So yeah, I think it might be the same guy. I don't know, but it was very good. I mean, it wasn't, from what I recollect, it wasn't exact to the screen used, but it was quite close. It was quite close.
Yeah, I remember for my son's 18th birthday, so about 10 years ago. I tried to hire a DeLorean,
right,
for his birthday party.
Yeah, but
it was going to be $3,000.
Ouch!
And he would just park it outside the venue.
Right.
He could just sit in it. He says, "I ain't got a taxi license, so I can't take it." I wanted him to go pick him up.
Yeah.
And take him there and take him back, or like take him there. It was $3,000 just for it to sit outside.
No. For $3,000, I would want it to hit 88 miles an hour.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
But yeah. So no, it's good stuff. It's good. So what have you been talking about tonight?
I've just been showing this this comment from the vintage Star Wars. I don't know if you've joined that vintage Star Wars action figures. I don't want to be derogatory about this group, but or people that are actually in this group, because there's a lot of knowledge in there, but there's a lot of disinformation and uneducated people. Put it that way.
Right.
I sometimes tearing my hair out with the comments, and sometimes it's just funny.
And is this all like based around a particular comments on a figure or something that's gone off within the community, or what?
This because hang on, I've screenshotted it. So vintage Star Wars action figures. This is the comment. There's no way all these toys are vintage. Some of them have to be new.
Right.
That's the comment. Which one are you talking about? He doesn't know. He's just rambling. It's just... So this guy's thinking that some of the pictures on this group, there can't be that many vintage Star Wars figures out there. That's what he's getting on about.
Right.
And we know
there'll be millions.
There were millions. There were millions made. So there's got to be thousands still out there. And he can't get his head round that. Yeah. They still exist.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I didn't finish off watching it all, but the one that you did the other day, it's probably the other week now, with the auction one with the Final Kate Jawa.
Yeah.
That you did. I mean, I would assume that there's probably far more of those out there in the wild than what we're aware of.
Oh yeah.
That people either know they've got, but are just keeping a lid on it, or some people just don't know that they've got them tucked away somewhere in a box.
There's a lot of collectors are very, very private people, and they don't want people to know what. I mean, they might be embarrassed by collecting. Some people are.
Yeah, I mean, I can remember years ago. It's probably got to be. It's got to be knocking maybe 20 years ago. There was like an old. I'll call it a warehouse find, but I don't know if it was a warehouse find, but there was a find. And I think it was something like 5 or 6 shipping boxes of sealed, unused Transformers, from like 84, 85. Like things like Ironhide and Ratchet and things like that. And it's
the same what happened with Mask.
Yeah,
Mask, a lot of that got found in Chile.
Right.
Flooded the market.
Yeah.
Price of Mask.
It'd be nice to find something like that, but
I mean, it was it last year or a year before. The people at Colville, the Palatoy factory, which is not there, but the factory's still there. They were dumping things in the bin. People were finding Palatoy stuff in the bin.
Yeah.
That they've been getting rid of. So there must be stuff still in there.
And
I've been a couple of times.
I don't know if it's an urban myth, but there's the urban myth that there's like a tip or a dump that's
there is.
over the
There's a few. There's a few.
Loads of Palatoy stuff that's buried under it and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, Bob Breakin has got this Action Man that's made up of the parts that they found.
Right.
It's like a Frankenstein Action Man.
Yeah.
It's all stuff they've found and put it all together.
Right.
It says that people were hunting back then for the stars.
Right. Okay.
In the little booklet to get free Action Men.
Yeah.
That's what they were looking for back then. But it does exist.
Yeah.
It does.
Well, I mean, if anything, they made a sort of like a short film about it, didn't they? But the E.T. Atari game, they went and dug the landfill up and found those, a few years ago. So yeah, they're out there. They'd be nice finds. It's just I think isn't the site of the old Palatoy place though? It's a housing estate now, isn't it?
No, it's still there.
Is it?
Yeah, I did the video last year.
All right. Oh, I'll have to go back and take a look at that one then. Yeah. I thought it had been knocked down, and
I did cut it down it was over 2 hours, so I had to cut it down to 1 hour and 40 minutes. But there's stuff in there I could not leave out because Bob Breakin himself was taking you around.
Yeah,
and he was telling you the history of everything, telling you the history of Colville as well as the factory as well.
Yeah,
but I've actually worked there. I did a valuation day there a few years back, so I've been twice now. And every time I'm going, on that day when I filmed that, there was an Action Man exhibition. There was everybody was just selling all their Action Men in there. Yeah. It was just like, oh God, lots of Action Men.
Yeah. Right, yeah, I'll have to go back then and take a look at that one because like I say, I thought
it's
I thought it had been knocked down. And
if you go to the playlist that says for new subscribers, and in case you've missed, it should be in there.
All right,
excellent. I think like 2,500 views on it.
Yeah.
It's not done too bad.
No, I'll have to check that one out.
I just enjoyed it. It was just such a brilliant day. It was cold though,
right?
Freezing. Yeah, there were a few of us that went down there, and I wanted them to do it again because I'd go down again because it was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I got his autograph. Got Bob Breakin's autograph as well.
Right.
Because I don't know if you know, he's the hand of Bob. You know the gripping hand.
Yes. Yeah.
His hand is a mold for that.
Yeah.
So I got him to sign the gripping hands leaflet.
Right.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I used to love my Action Man as a kid. Yeah, it were a cool toy. They were a real cool toy. Much better than this thing. This is the thing that I've just been photographing. This thing here.
Oh, nice.
Wind Charger. By a company called X-Transbots, that one. It's not a bad figure. It's a fair few year old now, so it's looking a bit dated for a masterpiece, but it's an absolute swine to transform.
Are they all?
I mean,
one of the reasons I didn't get into them because.
No, a lot of them. They've got a lot better. But this one, because it's like an older design and an older mold. It's there's just no there's just no tolerance. There's very hardly any clearance on it, and there's points where you get just to that point where you're probably just going to about snap something. You know, it takes you right to the edge.
I would like to get into them.
Yeah.
I love Soundwave. I had a few Soundwaves. I had a G1 Soundwave.
Right.
I like Soundwave, but yeah, it's just I don't want to break it.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, if you want something just for a nostalgia value, you can go to somewhere like Show.Z store, which is it's like China based and that over there, Japan China based, and you can pick up the knockoff G1 stuff. So you'd be able to pick up a knockoff Soundwave.
Yeah.
And to be fair, they're really good now. You know, they're really good. They're not a lot of money. The quality is really good. You know, to someone who doesn't know wouldn't be able to tell that they were knockoffs. You know, but someone who knows, who's got that eye for it, can tell. You know, so you know,
I'm aware that it's an in thing into with Transformers and knockoffs.
Yeah,
compared with something like Star Wars, where it's a bloody no. It's weird that it's just usually Star Wars that repro is just
right
or knockoff, if you like. I mean, but there are bootleg Star Wars that people will pay thousands for as well. So
that seems to be the contradiction of it, doesn't it? It's like, you know, we won't accept reproduction weapons, capes, or figures, but we'll spend hundreds or thousands of pounds on a bootleg.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you know, choose your battle. You know, it's but yeah, I mean, I think within the Transformers collecting community, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some that are a bit more militant about it, but I think generally as a rule, they seem to be far more relaxed over the whole like knockoff. I mean, they have two descriptions for it. They have what you call your third party, which is stuff like this, because it's made by a company that's not Takara or Hasbro. This is ex-Transbots, so that will be classed as third party. Then your fourth party, which is basically your knockoff, that would be a knockoff of an existing masterpiece figure. So I haven't got it to hand, but over there's like a knockoff Optimus Prime and things like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, like I said, with the exception of one or two, they are quite chilled about it because, especially with third party companies produce the figures that Hasbro and Takara just aren't.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a way for
I'd
collectors.
go for Takara over Hasbro.
Pardon?
I'd want to get the Takara versions over Hasbro.
Well, yeah, I mean, generally as a rule in the past, with the masterpiece figures, if Takara have usually done the better at paint application on a masterpiece figure than what Hasbro has done. However, one of the earliest exceptions for that was when they did Grimlock, which would have been NP08. So that's a fair few years ago now.
Yeah.
The Takara version was just basically a plain box standard grey plastic with painted highlights, things like that. But when Hasbro released it over here as a Toys R Us exclusive, they actually put quite a lot of extra paint applications on it to make it match and look like the original G1 toy. You know, so they went a bit further, you know, a bit above and beyond it. But third party at the moment it's doing such a far better job than what Takara or Hasbro are doing. I mean, Hasbro hasn't released a masterpiece figure for a fair few years now. Yeah. Takara's just released one now, which is Hoist, which is one of the 85 Autobots, which was a mold mate of Trailbreaker from 84. It's still one of the old Diaclone figures. It was one that they brought over from the Diaclone line.
Yeah. I definitely prefer Diaclone. I can remember that.
Yeah,
I can remember those.
I'm the same. I can remember seeing the Diaclone toys on the shelf before Transformers.
Definitely.
What I found quite interesting was at one point, You know, this would have been back in about 84 when Transformers first came out. There was a particular shop in Cornwall in a little seaside place called Perranporth, and they had the Diaclone stuff on the shelf.
Nice.
And I can remember thinking, oh, they're just copying Transformers. You know, it's like, you know, they're ripping them off kind of thing. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, obviously, because I just didn't know. But yeah, I think to get into Diaclone collecting now, if you want the originals boxed, it's it's a lot of money. A lot of money. There was I believe the chap is in Korea. I think he's based in Korea, and there was on the Diaclone stuff. They did one called Powered Convoy, and Powered Convoy was what Ultra Magnus was based off.
Yeah.
And it went for £35,000. Yeah. It was boxed, complete, absolute mint.
Yeah.
But the kicker of it is, the guy that paid 35 grand for this Powered Convoy, I think he already had about another 5 or 6 already in his collection of the same condition and quality. It's, I mean, you'd probably be able to find him if you did a search, and there's photographs of his collection. His collection is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
You know, the money in there is just equally as insane. But it's just, it goes for a lot.
Talking of boxed, I know you saw this earlier, but
oh right, yeah.
That if it wasn't for the sellotape, that would be still sealed because that is unused.
That's
totally
nice.
Unused. It's got the poster in. It's got the star sheet. The bag with the wheels in would be still sealed if it wasn't for the sellotape. So that I paid a bit more. I've been wanting one for a while. I didn't want to pay more than £50, but because it is brand new, just like it's come from Colville, basically. The only thing about it, it's like a mouse has chewed the box there, but apart from that, I'm going to do a video on it, but do I build it?
Right.
Do I build? It's still got the sticker on there, like $12.99.
You see, something like that, it would stay in the box for me. Would that?
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it's each to their own. I mean, it's, you know, I mean, if you're of a mind to take it out and build it and display it, then, you know, that's
unused stickers,
right?
Instruction sheet. I said it's got the poster. That is not being unfolded. I want to do a video on that because that is. I remember getting that poster and the stars.
All right. Nice.
So the stars haven't been cut out either.
No.
That's good.
The only Action Man vehicle I had as a kid was the motorbike and sidecar.
That is not sealed because the sellotape.
Yeah.
Because the sellotape.
Yeah.
But it should be sealed. Fantastic. So yeah, that's probably, I don't know, it doubles in price because it's not being used. I don't know. It's just, I was saying earlier that Action Man for me should be more nostalgic. I should be wanting more Action Man than Star Wars because Action Man became before Star Wars for me, obviously.
Yeah.
But for me, Silkcraft and the Intruder, that's it. The survival kit as well.
Right.
But Action Man's not that nostalgic for me.
No.
Even though I had lots of them.
Yeah. I can understand what you mean because I mean it's like before like Star Wars, Transformers kind of thing turned up for me. It was all diecast. It was all about the diecast stuff. you know, Corgi, you know, Lesney, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's, you know, that they were my early childhood toys, you know, and Action Man, you know, but then, you know, obviously Star Wars and Transformers, you know, later on Transformers. I mean, I can remember when there was that, because I mean, I can recall really Star Wars figures started kind of like dropping off and losing the popularity post Jedi really quickly. I seem to recall.
Yeah,
you know, because there's other. I mean, He-Man had come along by then, and there was other toys in that. So there's like this. There was kind of like this no man's land, this kind of like, you know, wilderness year, you know, from Jedi, and then September '84, Transformers rocked up, and it was just like, what's that? You know, I want some of that, you know, and that were it. You know, everything else just boom, it just went, and that were it.
we did earlier before you got here, Blue. So yeah, I remember seeing Transformers in Woolworths and thinking, how much? And so that's probably one of the reasons I didn't go for them.
Well, I mean, I suppose it's easy now to say they weren't that expensive, but I mean, you know, you had like the mini bots, which would have been $2.99, you know, back then.
Yeah.
You then had like the Autobot cars, so like Jazz, Prowl, those kind. They were like $5.95.
Yeah.
You then had the Seeker jets, so Starscream, Skywarp, Thundercracker. They were $7.95. Soundwave was only $9.95 when that, you know, back in the day.
See, I remember my mum buying me a Scout Walker for the same price.
Right.
Just because it wasn't a birthday or anything like that. She just said, do you want it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like she must have had the money that day and thought, you know, I'll treat him. So yeah.
I mean, Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime in 1984 were $12.95. Which is like, it's just like,
yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like Star Wars figures like £1.25, and I was collecting them or plain collecting?
Yeah.
Both. I wanted a lot, obviously, but then He-Man came on. He-Man, Master of the Universe. I watched the cartoon every week after school. I loved it. The figures were twice the price of Star Wars figures.
Yeah.
So even then, I was tight.
Yeah, well, I was a similar thing. The actual He-Man figures never really captivated me. I loved the cartoon, and I used to watch the cartoon, you know, weekly, much as yourself. But I never got caught up in the figures. I remember getting, I think it would have been for my 8th birthday. Somebody bought me a He-Man figure, and it stayed sealed on the card for months. You know, because it just wasn't, you know, and I can see it now. It was just on the side table in my bedroom, you know, and it was there on the card for months and months, you know, and then I finally opened it up, and it just got put in the toy box. You know, it didn't really, because it didn't particularly fit or scale with anything that I played with at that point. You know, I mean, it didn't scale with the Star Wars figures, didn't scale with the Action Force figures. You know, so it just it was kind of an outlier. You know, it was just there. You know.
Yeah, they were bigger and they were twice as much. So yeah, that kind of ruled them out for me. I mean, I was a very, very anal child where I had to have the same scale.
Right.
The X-wing always bugged me because it wasn't.
It wasn't bigger than what it should. Yeah.
So like the diecast, I didn't buy the diecast straight away because they weren't the same scale.
No.
And I think I only got a few later on when they were cheap.
Right.
And they were selling them off. So yeah, it was always. I think that could have been another thing.
Yeah. The one line as a kid which it always caught my eye, but never caught my eye enough to kind of put it out there that I wanted them, you know, like, you know, sort of like, you know, it never encroached on the pester power thing. You know, I never thought to myself, oh, can I have that? But in hindsight now, looking back, I wish I had have had some or got some. And those were the, you'll have to forgive me, the proper name slips from my mind, but the micro Star Wars sets.
Yeah, the micro collection, yeah.
Yeah, you know, so like, you know, like I can remember like the Bespin set and the Hoth set, and you know, and
did we get those over here? I can't remember those coming out over here.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just because I saw them in catalogs or what. But then,
yeah, no,
I remember seeing the X-wing, and it had that brake feature where the nose had bent out of shape. You know, and I remember that looked pretty cool.
Hmm.
So I mean, maybe
they're like when you press the button, they blow up. Yeah. They were pretty cool. They still are. But yeah, it's like it's the scale for me. I mean, it's like the 12-inch. I want to go for the 12-inch dolls because I've got these. So yeah.
And like I said, I suppose the Star Wars figures themselves were they were more accessible for your pocket money, weren't they? You know, it was quite easy to earn, you know, £1.25 or whatever pocket money, so you could be then.
Well, I used to go to the market first, Dewsbury Market.
Yeah.
Get it for 99p, and if there's nothing there for 99p, I had to go to Woolworths to pay £1.25.
Right. There was I remember on Dewsbury Market, if you come in like the top way where the wrought iron archways and things like that, on the left hand side, just tucked back, there used to be a toy stall there. It was like a double toy stall, and I can remember post Jedi, whoever owned it had two of those big blue plastic barrels, you know, like, you know, water barrels, you know, probably about 3.5 foot high. Yeah. And they were just filled with Star Wars figures, and like they were 50p, you know, because they were just flogging them off, you know. And it's like, you think to yourself,
she used to play L with me every week because I used to collect the match. I used to go for a Matchbox car every week.
Yeah.
And I used to just, you know, look at them and couldn't decide. Come on, hurry up! And then it was the same with the Star Wars figures. I couldn't decide. Come on, hurry up! Yeah, sure. Yeah, old Anne's toy store. Yeah.
The on the Matchbox side, the ones that always caught my eye, and I did end up getting quite a few, although I've none left now because they've all been lost to time. Were the I think when they first came out, they called them the Convoy, Convoy line. You know, it was just the American trucks like the Peterbilt and the Kenworth and things like that.
I've got one in the box.
Yeah, I used to love those. I had loads of them.
In a box.
Yeah, I had loads of them. You know, and it's like I probably had 2 or 3 different colours and types of the NASA one, you know, with the rocket on the back.
That's what I've got. I've got the NASA one.
Yeah.
But going back to Knight Rider and the truck.
Yeah.
That black truck was always
Knight
Rider truck for me.
Yep. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I've got all the variants of the Pontiac Firebird, Matchbox Pontiac Firebird. Right. All the different colours.
Yeah.
And I had the black one. I painted the black one as a kid. And I used that truck as a Knight Rider. It didn't fit in the back, obviously, but
yeah, well, I had that black truck, and I had a Matchbox Pontiac Firebird. It was the one. I think it was like it was black on top with the Firebird logo on the bonnet, and then it was like grey. The bottom part was like a pale grey colour. Yeah. Well, I can remember trying to rub the Pontiac bird off the bonnet.
I painted it.
it came off to some degree, but not 100%. But then I remember using some of my mum's nail polish as close to red as I could find, and just like trying to dab like a scanner on the front, and that was my kit. Was that?
It's funny because I also collect most of the Knight Rider stuff, and there is a Corgi Knight Rider.
All right,
with the little red scanner on the front.
Right then,
I've not got it, but I've been looking for it.
Did Ertl do a small Knight Rider car? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I didn't have that, but I did have the I don't know what they call them in the States, but over here they call them the Rough Riders. I had a Night Rider Rough Rider.
Yeah, I had that.
You know, with a little gear stick on the top of the roof.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Rough Riders and the Wrist Racers.
Yes, yeah. I had the General Lee, the Dukes of Hazzard car. Wrist,
Yeah, and the police car.
Wrist car, yeah.
I've been looking at them. I've been trying to find some of those.
That was awesome with that because you wound it up and then you pulled the little ramp out, lifted it up, and it shot out like that. So what's that?
Yeah, it's Spy Hunter. Yeah,
yeah, cracking game is Spy Hunter.
Yeah,
I have that for a certain microcomputer from the 80s that shall remain unnamed.
Got the Turtle.
And he's got an Earl.
Yeah,
and a Rough Rider.
And see, Doctor.
Yeah. Stop it, Andy. I can see your comments.
Yeah, we're not putting that up.
No, we're not. I don't know. But anyway, before I go, because I'm going to go shortly.
Rough Riders. How did you get a helicopter to be a Rough Rider?
That's interesting. A Rough Rider Airwolf. I don't know. And Gareth can stop it. Why is Gareth watching this?
I don't know. I was saying he should be in bed by now.
I'm sure he'll be working tomorrow. I'll as soon as you've shot, I'll show you something boxed, Mark. Just hang on.
That's what she said. Yeah, it should be packed for Bolton. Yeah. Shh, quick. Shh.
He's back.
It's Bolton. Yes, it's Bolton tomorrow.
Right, are you ready, Mark? I've got some.
I'm almost ready. Shall I put you on big? Oh, look at that.
There we go. That is an original.
Oh, dear.
And you can't really tell in this light, but it's never been taped.
Oh, wow.
Never been taped. There's no residue. There's no marks. It's just never been taped.
Oh, wow.
Also, as well, I mean, I have had it out of the box. I'm not going to take it out now because I don't like taking it out because always makes my ass twitch whenever I take it out.
Editing.
Is
Wow.
It's one of the really early ones. So it's an actual Takara Diaclone stock. Sorry, Microman stock that's in the Hasbro box. Also, as well, on the where you slide the hands out, there were two types. There's one's called a solid wrist, and then one's called a gap wrist. Well, this has got a gap wrist, so it's got like Sorry, no, I can't remember now. Is this the solid one? I think it's the rarer one. It's the one that. Sorry, yeah, it's a solid. It doesn't have the gap.
Right.
So, yeah, so that's my pride and joy on my G1 collection. Is that. What's he saying you should try?
Editing.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, you want to stop that.
Yeah. Don't need to.
God, I hope your home insurance is good. Oh, that's just the tip of the iceberg, Andy. Don't get me started.
Yeah.
We'll be here all night.
Yeah. It scares me that a lot of people know where I live.
Oh, no one knows where I live.
Gareth does.
Yeah, and that's why if all happens, I know who it is.
Yeah, you know where his shop is.
Yeah. So the first time he ever does a video where he says, "I've just had a large Transformers collection traded in," it's like, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Wasn't the first Diaclone a transforming gun? I couldn't tell you. I know Megatron was a transforming gun, wasn't he? In Transformers. But I don't know if it's the same one. Wasn't the first Diaclone a transforming gun?
No. what's actually considered the first Transformer, if you will, is this here, which I've just picked up actually. Sunstreaker.
Nice.
That particular mold, the Countach, that's kind of considered what was described as kind of like the first true Transformer. But yeah, that's another pride of my collection. Is that
Had him too. Lamborghini.
Had him too. Yes.
I like Lamborghinis as well. Those helicopters. Yeah, if I was to collect Transformers, I would probably keep them in the box. I'd just leave the original G1s, but yeah.
Yeah.
Not going to do that, am I?
I think if at one point, I mean, a couple of people have asked me to do like a collection tour video.
Yeah.
And I think when I get around, I might do when I get round to it, because it's, I am proud of my collection, and it's, it's a great, I think everyone should be proud of the collection, whatever the whatever they collect, and
be happy what you've got, not what you want.
Yeah. I mean, I've had this conversation with other collectors before that there's been so much that's come and gone from my collection. Some of them I do regret, some of them I don't. But even the ones that I do regret, I think to myself, well, had I not sold those pieces on, my collection wouldn't be where it is now. And I'm happy with where my collection is now.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's just, I think, apart from the core collection of the G1, I kind of view the rest of my collection as a bit of a moving feast. It evolves and it changes,
totally.
So, some bits will come in, some will go, some will shift around because I think it's when, I think it was, well, you'd done the video first and then on the Cosmic Council that we chatted about it. And it was this thing about talking about, what kind of collector you are. And I think I'd have to probably categorize myself, if I had to, almost as an ex-collector, because it's like I don't actively collect anymore. I do pick up pieces, but I pick up pieces to either upgrade or replace things that I've already got.
Right.
So there's very little actual new stuff that I buy in. I mean, well, saying that, I mean, a couple of weeks I did pick up the Black Series R2 and R5, which you're partly to blame for that in in a small, but yeah, that's the one, because I have the Bandai model kit versions.
All right.
And I wanted to see how they compared against those.
I'd like to get more Bandai. I love Bandai.
Oh, those Bandai kits. An improver. Oh, I'm an improver. Oh, right then. I shall improve the best I can.
Yeah. I mean, I know what you mean, because I haven't got the room for this.
No.
I got it. I bid on it because I've been wanting one to do a video on.
Yeah.
Obviously, I could have got a B-nut one and just done the video. But I thought, pay a bit extra, get one that's unused, and then I can flip it.
Yeah.
I mean, I might not I probably won't make a profit on it for what I paid, but I'll done the review.
Right.
And I'll have had it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember having it as a kid. I loved it. One of my favourite ever toys. But to have it again, it's pure nostalgia. That's what my drug of choice is, the nostalgia.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that again.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. I can relate to that. But I mean, it's interesting though, because I mean, you said that you're going to review that, but do you find what do you think about these? Like, I suppose this is probably more of a YouTube question, really, than a collecting question. But you'll get certain YouTubers that buy stuff just so they can review it. Yeah, and it's like technically I wouldn't class those types as collectors.
Right.
Because it's kind of like they're buying, so they've got content for videos maybe, rather than buying it. Because I suppose a collector, really, you're buying first and
I'll
foremost.
admit that's part of it. Some of it is buying stuff for review, but I will buy something that I like.
Yeah,
Not,
yeah,
and I might keep it, and I might not.
right, okay. Yeah, but I mean, there are a lot, but there are. I would say that there are quite a few YouTubers out there that do just buy, so they've got something to review, and then
yeah,
flip it or move it on, rather than buying because their primary drive is to collect.
Yeah,
and then the reviewing part is then secondary, to that, or or doing a content is secondary to that, because I mean, just from looking at your background now, where all the stuff that you've got there, you could be set for life for content on your YouTube channel just by picking one piece, maybe a day or a week, and just chatting about that, So I'm just trying to look. Actually, have you got a Mascotron there on display?
Yeah, Oscar.
There he is. Yeah,
Jamie.
Yeah,
Mascotron, Steve, and Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, I miss my Mascotron.
Oh,
I played hours with that.
It's actually funny because my best friend I've known since I was 12.
Right.
It's known I've got this channel, and he came to me. I think it was last year, just back end of the year before. Around about Christmas, he says, "I've got this. Are you interested in it?" Mascotron. So I think I've got all bits for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, "How much do you want for it?" So I give him like 20, 25 quid for it or something like that. But
yeah.
I thought, what else has it got?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, well, it was having Mascotron as a kid that I never bothered or wanted to get an Oscar, because he got the Oscar mask. So whenever you wanted an Oscar, you just put the Oscar mask on. So you had Mascotron.
It's got the 3 masks as well, which is unbelievable.
Yeah. So you've got your Steve Austin, you've got your Mascotron. That's all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
I've not got Oscar's briefcase. No, I keep my eye out for that. It's just not even a broken one. I can't even find one anywhere.
No. And I even had the I can just see it peeking out the top there. I even had the repair module thing as well. I had that as a kid.
Yeah, it's the module. He's got his radio backpack on as well as Steve. So, I've got the box for Jamie Summers. I do need a handbag with the stuff in though. I have seen a Fembot on eBay. It's like at £225. 5 days ago, I'm thinking, I can't afford it. No, but it's Fembot. I would love a Bigfoot. Obviously, need a Bigfoot, but the Fembot is rarer than the Bigfoot.
Right.
And the Fembot's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like Mascotron, isn't it? You take the face off. Yeah, I'm so tempted by that, but I can't afford it. Don't do it.
No. If you can afford it, fair enough, go for it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things though, that you know that if you did need to sell it, it would be worth double.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. In the past, I have sometimes exceeded myself, knowing that if I need to, I can appreciate it for a bit and then sell it on.
That's it.
But what I've always tried to do is I've tried to make my collection pay for itself, in the respect that, because now I just upgrade or replace, I sell to buy. So like I'll cull some bits to then get some new bits in, and the piece that I'm replacing, the one that will sell then to go towards picking up the newer piece. So it's kind of self-sustaining in some respect.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, like you say, if I wanted to buy something, I could just sell a couple of items and get it back. I mean, if I saw a hot toy there, get 200 quid for her, and probably buy that fembot, which I'd prefer obviously the vintage toy than the modern.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I've got in the corner over there, I've got a pile of Transformers that are isolated to sell. I just need to photograph and list them. But
Get it done.
But I mean, I usually list them on the Facebook groups, but recently the Facebook groups haven't been doing right much. The things have been struggling to sell. So and it's like, do I want to go to eBay again? Because I mean, I've not touched eBay to sell stuff for years.
It's really the only decent, well, not decent, but it's the only way you can really try and get something sold straight away, isn't it? But it's not very good. Like I've just sold my Toy Biz boxed Batmobile this afternoon, and the fees have taken off is just horrendous. Yeah, it's not good.
No,
not good.
So, right. Anyway, Mark, that's me then. I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you for having me. It's been nice chatting with you.
Thank you for coming on. It's been been good.
Yeah, no worries. No, anytime. So I'm going to pop off, tidy off, have a pot of tea, and I think I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah.
Because I don't suppose there's all good on the telly. Gone are the days where you could just sit down with your Pop and Chris and watch It's a Knockout.
Yeah, you won't want to touch.
I used to love it.
It could be worse. It could be Top of the Pops. Or...
Well, I mean, it could be worse. You could be sat watching Jim Will Fix It.
Yeah, Jim Will Fix It.
Something? I nearly wrote into Jim Will Fix It.
Don't do it.
No, I didn't, but I nearly did.
I did. You know what I asked for?
What?
A ride in General Lee.
Right.
I figured, this is my young brain. I figured Dukes of Hazzard was on just before or just after Jim Will Fix It.
Right.
I thought, well, they must know each other. I thought, something easy. It's on the BBC. They're going to let me... No.
Yeah.
No chance.
No, mine was more... if I had have wrote him, mine would have been... I wanted to meet C-3PO and R2-D2.
All right.
That's what I would have wrote him for.
Yeah.
But I'm sure thousands of kids wrote him for that.
Oh my God, yeah.
But
see you later, Steve.
Oh yeah, good night. But yeah, so it and then the other one, which I never wrote into or phoned up, basically because my dad won't let me phone, and that was a swap shop.
Yeah, I always wanted. I always watched it thinking, I don't want any of that crap.
No, I only wanted to phone
because I want to get for an operation.
Yeah, I only wanted to phone because I wanted to get a raw from Posh Paws. That was it. Yeah, I just wanted a raw from Posh Paws.
I used to know what it was, and then when they break, you just go back to swap shop.
Yeah, there's certain aspects of Tiswas that I can appreciate more as an adult now.
Sally James.
A certain Sally James, yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Wow.
Not off, mate. But anyway, yes. So right, and on that, on those bombshells, I'm going to go. So yeah, you take care, sir. All the best, and we'll catch you soon.
Thank you. See you later.
Good night.
Well, that was nice. Anybody else want to come up? The link is on the top of the chat if anybody does want to pop in. But obviously, I want to get this. I want to get through this. Where did we get to? I think we got there, didn't we? It was COVID and the free money was sent out. I think this is America because they got a lot of free money, didn't they? Granted, the money was supposed to be for food, rent, whatever. I think we kind of getting the same type of thing at the moment. I think we're due to get another one. Many people, including myself, are stuck at home and locked down and have tons of time spending money online and toys. This is very interesting because I remember Obviously, started doing live streams during the lockdown and doing the first auction stream, and thinking that things wouldn't go for anything. That they'd go like you get bargains, but then the prices shot up, and everything shot up. And that was quite an interesting period. I don't think we'll be, if it ever happens again, which it probably will do, that we'll ever be caught out like that again. I don't know, maybe. No, Joe's are stupid expensive, yeah. Well, this is talking about toys when we're supposed to be talking about Star Wars, but they're about Joe's. Also, plenty of time for sorting out lofts and basements. That's another thing that happened. People were sorting out their lofts and basements. So all that vintage goodness was coming out. What we got here? Vintage Star Wars figures grew in value faster because of all the mass-produced Star Wars figures of the 2000s. That's not strictly true, but there were some that have good value, but most don't. Held on to them until last year and purged them from my collection. So he's talking about episode 1 figures here. They're in totes and boxes, not on display. Sentimental value. I did keep my Boba Fett stuff. Have a shrine to him. All hail Boba Fett. Use the money to get vintage ships that I always wanted. I'll be happy with the vintage Star Wars collections. I kind of did that in 1990. I came out collecting Star Wars 84, 85-ish. 84 probably, because I sold mine for 18 figures. But then back in 1990, there was a stall on the Leeds market that was selling vintage Star Wars pretty cheap. And some of the figures I found in there, thinking, so I picked up the Anakin. I thought, this is a special figure. I remember it being a giveaway. You know, like collect the whatever, and you could have this free figure. That's probably the last thing I remember. And I remember thinking, and I got it for 20p. I said to me, mate, I got this for 20p. It's a rare figure. Yeah, but I think that's the first time, definitely first time I got a AT-AT, and the first time I got a Millennium Falcon back in the 90s, in 1990. Obviously Star Wars was on the wane, but there was news that George Lucas was writing another film, and this was in 1990. I remember it. The news was George Lucas is writing another film. This was 1990. So Star Wars was never dead. In the dark times, Star Wars was never dead. Never. Nobody's chatting. Oh, okay. Right. So we'll get back to this. I'm happy with my vintage Star Wars collection and my vintage G.I. Joe collection. Vintage G.I. Joe, would you say vintage G.I. Joe is 80s, or would you say it was in the 60s? The 12-inch 60s, like Action Man. That has to be what it is. Blah, 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 blah. Suddenly Wiki is horrible condition, and green-armed Chewbacca is being listed for $20. Lol. If you're looking for specifically G.I. Joe thing for your collection, I have a box full of them. Random chancer there. Let's pause that. Oh no. Oh no. Oh God. Really? Why are you in bed? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, feedback. Really? Turn it off.
Hello.
Rookie.
Told you I was listening to you. I thought I'll want to say good night before I go to bed.
You'll regret it in the morning.
What, saying good night?
You'll regret it if you don't go to bed.
I was there. I've literally just finished editing, and I'm happy with it. It'll do.
What have you got me? What's good this week?
I'm not telling you. You'll have to wait till Tuesday and watch the video, won't you?
Oh,
Huh?
I'm a bloody channel member. Tell me.
Well, you all right? Okay, you won't have to wait till Tuesday. You'll be able to. Should go up tomorrow for you.
So how are you going to do that? Put it on Patreon and membership members.
Well, I'll put it up as a membership, but
Mhm.
shouldn't anyone with a link to it then still be able to see it? So Patreons would see it.
See, I put mine up.
I'm not loading it twice.
I'm in the green room. I'll just answer this. I put mine up on Patreon. Well, I put them up on, obviously put them on YouTube as unlisted.
Right, yeah.
So somebody can watch it.
Yeah.
On Patreon. But then you can't put it on membership as well
Right.
as unlisted.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's weird.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Hello.
Long time.
S'il vous plaît.
There we
That's
go.
better. That's better. You know, I was watching Red Letter Media today and they were doing the piss sake of this kind of thing and just being on mute all the time.
People can just translate to every language in the world like Mr. Beast does. Like he takes all of his videos and he has another channel where he has it all translated.
But
He
he's-
pays
But
someone
he's
to
earning millions.
do it all in Spanish and other language, and he gets 8 billion more viewers and
He's
subscribers.
earning millions. We're earning 10 quid.
He earns more than millions, man. And I was watching this.
Millions then.
I don't know if you know this guy. What's his real name? But he's called Penguins. He's like a Twitcher gamer, long-haired, video game kind of guy. Same thing with his streams. Like he's got thousands and thousands of people in his streams, and what he does now every couple of weeks is like, oh, like well, Twitch paid me like $5,000. I'm gonna give it all away right now on the stream. Like, and he does. He gives away $20 here, $50 here, $100 here for like 3 hours. He just gives away all this money he earns streaming because he earns so much money that it's it's very charitable of him to do such a thing. Mr. Beast does that too. Whoever repeats this tweet or comments on this tweet, I'm giving away $1,000 to 25 lucky people, and he follows through with it, man. Crazy rich.
I'll give away people. All the earnings from this stream. All my 10p.
It cost me 10p to be on the stream.
Cost me £20 a bloody month.
So I'm gonna make a 24-hour live stream of just this walking R2D2 going by, and I'll try and loop it.
Just loop it.
I'll get 1 million view hours. Because if people
I'm probably still live streaming on that other live stream.
If people are like live streaming, like they're sleeping in their freaking bed, and they still have like 72 viewers, I'm like, man, I'm doing it all wrong. I'm just gonna turn the camera on when I go to sleep, and people can watch me roll over, and it's just ridiculous, man.
Nobody wants to see you in bed. Trust me.
From the shop.
No,
yeah, I've said that.
No, the CCTV. I should hook that up.
Yeah, you should.
Do it.
You should.
Even if it's a 3-minute video and you just loop it.
Anyway, please excuse my ignorance. Who are you? We've not been introduced.
I am the Lord of the Left Coast.
Okay.
I'm literally the second most popular person on YouTube. Okay. I can't believe you don't know who I am. I'm Rick.
Hello, Rick.
I've never been to Cosmic Toys because I'm in Canada, eh?
Yeah. Slightly out of the way for you.
A little bit. It would take me a couple hours to swim there.
He's coming over anyway, so we'll bring him
one day. I'm a Caucasian, man. It is my homeland, so I do eventually got to go visit it, right? That's
yeah. You're not French, so you got to be English, aren't you?
Well, even the French are Caucasian people, right? Originally, I'm assuming they all came from the Anglo-Saxon land, wherever that was.
Land of the Swedes.
The
Vikings.
What time is it there? Like 10 o'clock at night?
25 past.
Yeah, isn't it? God.
Yeah. 25 past 10.
Bedtime for Gareth because he's got to be up at 5:30.
It is. So yeah, I know it's only a bit of a joke popping on to say goodnight, but yeah, I'm popping on to say goodnight. So good night, everyone.
Yeah,
Have a good day tomorrow.
I'm going to try my best. I'm trying a different tack tomorrow. I'm taking different things.
Buy me all those V figures.
So, what from Nima?
Yeah.
I'll ask him if he'll send you an unboxing package. He'll say no, but I'll ask him for you.
£200 worth. There's 8 figures.
You never said you wanted them all.
Yeah.
I bet he
First wave will do.
all of them available.
First wave will do.
Yeah. Good night, Andy. He's wishing me a good night. I said, right, I'm going. Bye-bye.
See ya.
How do I leave this thing? I best not stay on, Ada.
Make sure you switch it off. I'm still going on that on the live stream.
What were you talking about in that vintage Star Wars group I've been banned from?
Have you been banned from it?
Oh, dude, for like 25 years.
Good, but yeah, it's just it's still there.
You want to know why?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's this it made me like the most of the comments in that. It's just, don't you think that there's some, I'm not saying ignorant people, but some people were just read a book.
Well, there's no vetting in that group. That's why it has so many members, right? But as soon as you put up a custom R2D2 sticker, you get booted and banned and blocked by the admins. It's weird because I've met them all at conventions and stuff, and yeah, it's weird, man.
Don't get me wrong, there's some good guys in there, some very knowledgeable guys, but
yeah, but they're also in all the other groups as well.
Yeah,
there's nobody that's exclusively to that group. It just happens to be the biggest one. And I used to share my pins and my artwork and stuff there too, and I get good promotion because there's a lot of people in that group. But now I can't because I'm no longer in that group.
I mean, it's a bit of a giveaway when there's no capital letters, but you know.
No, I search it and it's like that's not available, unless I search in, unless I use my incognito,
I'll be banned after
unless
tonight.
I use my fake profile.
I'll be banned after tonight. Don't worry about
it. So you rent any toys this week? I saw you showed off that big action man guy tank thing, plane, boat. Cool. Why is it? Is it? It's not 12-inch scale, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know they made 12-inch scale vehicles like that.
Yeah.
I know. What they made a helicopter.
Vehicles. Action man tank. So this is what I want to talk about with Mego. If Mego got the Star Wars license, would there have been vehicles? Yes, there would, because Action Man had vehicles for 12-inch figures. You know what I mean? Or
I can confirm. I can strongly confirm Mego will never get a Star Wars license.
Oh, I mean back in the day when they got offered it. Like, what if Mego or any like Mattel?
Oh, you mean the 3 3/4 scale? Like,
yeah, would they have been 4-inch or would they have been 7, 8-inch, whatever? 7-inch other?
Well, I think when they were shopping it around, as 3 3/4. They weren't. It wasn't like an option to make other sizes.
Because,
well, that's what all the Star Wars documentaries say.
Then they got the
action, this big
action people, adventure people, and custom them.
Yeah, Fisher Price already existed.
Oh yeah, 3.75 already existed. Yeah,
but only in Fisher Price.
But no, there was you got Micronauts.
But Micronauts came out after Fisher Price people.
No, Micronauts been out.
Yeah, they came out after Star Wars too.
No, they didn't. No, they've been in Japan. They're from Japan.
Yeah, but they didn't come out in America in the 70s or Canada.
America's not the whole world.
Okay, or the UK. They didn't have Micronauts in the 70s in the UK, Canada.
Yes, they did.
I think just Japan, like as you said.
Oh, we had Micronauts.
Transformers were out for 10 years before they ever made
Micronauts in the 70s.
Everywhere else.
I remember because I had them.
No, I did too. I had the big spaceship and
Honotroid.
very, very fragile. Those toys, much like the Mego Buck Rogers spaceships and play sets, are very fragile. Like probably the most fragile toys ever
They
made.
really dialed them back from Buck Rogers, didn't they?
They're simple, but they were the
basic.
cheapest form of plastic and with the thinnest walls and stuff.
Was it the ship, the Starfighter, where the box was actually the base?
Yeah,
which is cool. Cut the box out to make the base,
which is a great idea. Like I'm surprised there's not more of that now. Like we see those little colored or background kind of inserts now with action figures.
Micronauts 75.
75.
Yep.
I wonder if that's next on the line for either the Nacelle company or Super 7 to make some, 6 or 7 inch Micronauts. And I wonder who would own that license now.
Airfix, so Airfix is still going. It's owned by Hornby. I think is it?
They make trains, right, Hornby? Because I think Mego licensed.
It might be Tomy, actually.
Mego licensed it from somebody.
I know Tomy owns Britain's, so it could be Tomy. Thinking about it, because they came out with Airfix as well. So, yeah, I know. I think it's Tomy that owns Britain's, and they don't use that license. They still have the license. They don't use it, unfortunately. So, and Micronauts, I don't know. I don't know who's got that license anymore.
I think it's I'm going to say Japanese, an Asian property, much like the Transformers was.
Yeah.
And then it came, to the rest of the world via licensing somehow, or Tomy Takara, one of those Transformers brands that we kind of heard of. I know when someone comes up with it, we'll know what it will know. We'll recognize it.
I mean, Takara also the Diaclone and the Microman.
And this?
Yeah, oh yeah. Got mine. They're up there with all the rest of the R2s. I'm a Red Bar R5. Oh, Red Bar R5, look.
Well, that doesn't have the little small red bar. Yeah, I saw that one's in my Walmart right now, but I can't pay $35 for it. I'll hold out.
Yeah, I mean, I went for R2. I
haven't seen R2 yet.
I had to get R5.
I haven't seen R2 yet, but I've seen R5. Microman, that's the name.
Yeah, it's still Microman. What about Diaclone? No, that's what I was saying earlier about. I probably would not collect Transformers. There might be a day. I never say never. But if it was collecting Transformers, I would keep them in the box. I do have DeLorean, the Transformer DeLorean.
That's a cool one. I did have that at one time.
Somebody sent me that.
I passed it on, and my Ghostbusters Transformer, sold that. Yeah, they were cool though. I did buy those because I really liked them.
I do like
if they come out with the 18 van, I'll get it.
Yeah, because they did the Star Wars Transformers at one point, didn't they?
Yeah, I didn't like those at all. And I'm a Star Wars.
The Millennium Falcon was terrible.
But what I do like, and I've seen in the stores now, is the Transformer G.I. Joe O-Ring crossover. Though they have 3 cool vehicles now. They had the Hiss tank that came with, he turned into like Megatron or something.
Yeah, I'm saying that. Yeah.
Came with Baroness and someone else, but then they got like a Dreadnought vehicle with like Zartan and someone, and it's cool looking. But I'm not a big G.I. Joe or Transformer fan. I think it's a cool crossover.
Yeah.
That costs them nothing in licensing fees.
Yeah. You see it. Yeah, so you've been up to we've not talked for a while, have we?
I'm trying to keep busy, man. Hustling every day to make money monthly because, my income just comes from, selling my art, doing artwork, and some toys. Like, I gotta try and sell some more toys this weekend just to play catch up. It sucks, but you know.
Yeah, but that's it. My problem is if I've got to buy some, I've got to sell something. Plus space. So I'm saying,
Yeah.
what the hell? Where the hell am I going to put this?
It's only a couple things on my radar that I would like to get.
Yeah.
One's like it's a 1/20th scale green light Fall Guy truck. I want that to go with my, you know, my 3 3/4 scale pop culture vehicles. I really want that one. They're around in Canada and US, but I just don't want to pay for shipping. I would like to hopefully find it locally at a comic toy store.
Yeah.
I know they're in production again because they were first released a few years ago, and they're it looks badass. If you haven't checked out some of the reviews on YouTube of the the diecast guys, it's a nice big Fall Guy truck. It's badass. Then I just got to find or make a cool Fall Guy figure because I don't really like the old Ertl one that's metal.
No, this is.
I do, but
green light. I think is it green light that do the big one.
Green Light does the big Fall Guy truck, yeah.
Won't go over $10 at this point. Not the Ertl one, no.
Oh, and I thought this was Ertl, but this is Toy Island. This is plastic, but it's kind of like this, the Fall Guy one.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. I don't see it ever. Like at toy shows.
I've got Rambo. I've got a bootleg Rambo.
Yeah, they were kind of like just posed like this, right?
Yeah.
Like ready to ride a bike or something.
Yeah.
I had those. I had the Hulk and Spider-Man. And this paint came off, I think, like the same day I got it.
That my Michael Knight would probably be too big.
For which?
For your Fall Guy.
A Michael Knight figure? Like, what do you mean? Reaction?
No, the proper one.
No, it's too big. That's 5 inches, that one.
It's in proportion.
Well, yeah, the car is so much bigger. Like I have the Kenner car. I saw you got the door, which is cool. Took me a while to get that. But I've also got I don't think it was Green Light. I think Diamond made a 1/18 scale kit, which is quite valuable now. Like they're hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But I found one, $40 many years back, and it's perfect for the Reaction Michael Knight figure.
I wonder if it'll fit in here.
That's a lot bigger than your Kenner one, though, isn't it? But what scale are those? Those are like 6-inch scale, aren't they?
1/8.
So they're like 8-inch scale. Like that's Amigo size.
Yeah.
So you just need Amigo Michael Knight to go in it.
It's too small. It's too small for it. Damn.
The figure is.
I need a bigger.
You need an 8-inch figure. You need like Amigo.
Yeah.
Or what's one of those? Mezco has some 5-inch.
Surprised nobody's done
8-inch fake Amigos. Well, the people that like Knight Rider are older than dirt. Do you know what I mean? Like, we are old and we like it, but there's no 20, 30-year-olds who like Knight Rider because it's never been rebooted or, toys in the
my son
2000s.
My son used to watch the 2008 one.
Yeah, that only lasted 1 year, didn't it?
Yeah, it was all right until a certain point, until Car was a Transformer. Yeah, no.
Yeah, like even if you just go ask a 25-year-old person, hey, do you know who Mr. T is? They're like, huh? Who? Or, they know who the late, great Carl Weathers was because he's been in some modern properties, right? Happy Gilmore.
All those Grief Karga figures will fly off the shelves now.
Well, I do still need the newest one. I have this one. But I don't have the newest one, but I know that he's in stock at my GameStop.
Yeah, I saw him at Celebration last year. Why didn't I get his off?
He was here in Vancouver the year before COVID, and I didn't go because it just wasn't in my budget. And I just assumed he'd come by again.
Yeah.
And He wasn't
But
scheduled
of
for
all the
this year,
people,
sadly.
you wouldn't have expected him to go first, would you?
Not at all. I don't. I'm really startled, and like this hit me hard yesterday.
He did, yeah. I mean,
I didn't smile until
he's
today.
one of those people you expect to live forever.
Well, I was when I was young, I figured Christopher Reeves was that person that would live forever. That because I
Oh,
was so yes, and that same kind of influence that the Apollo Creed character had on me. That was, that's 10 years of Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4 that he was a big part of my life, my family's life, going to drive-ins, renting the VHS tapes. Like, how many times I've seen the freaking Rocky movies and Rocky 3 in general. My favorite Rocky movie where, he's so that hit me hard, man. I was,
yeah,
he was a big influence on my life. He played professional football in the NFL. He played
yeah.
professional football in the CFL for my home team, the BC Lions. So I've known him in many aspects. And then his more modern comedy stuff that he's been in with the HBO shows and Happy Gilmore, the one-handed golfer guy, like
Yeah.
Curb Your Enthusiasm. I think that's the one he's been on. Just The Shield. I saw all these things on IMDb last night that he's on. Just hundreds and hundreds of TV
Oh,
shows and movies and stuff. Action Jackson, where he's his own main badass character. That's a big loss for everybody, and I think that's going to change the whole. We're expecting a Star Wars movie to come out in 2027 now. Let's just consider that delayed another year. I
Hey,
don't want to
Kenny,
piss
how are
people
you?
off, but that Mando movie is now being rewritten because of this. Same with series season 4, and it's sad, but I mean I think that's the reality of it. He is one of the
Yeah,
he was a major character in it and was
yeah. Oh, well, wasn't
tough one, man. I think they said 70, 74 or 76. And the thing I was starting to say before, where it's a surprise, like he was not sick. He didn't get into an accident and then
He's
injured and
fit.
later
He was
died.
fit.
But has anyone in your life well, I shouldn't say that because my dad died, but he died from heat exhaustion. Like, so there was a reason.
Yeah.
Sad. I'm curious what happened, if he did have any health ailments that were, he held back, much like, Norm Johnson, some people, Norm Macdonald did,
Chadwick Boseman.
and some people keep that.
That was. I mean, nobody knew he had cancer.
I think people did know, and they just kept it private on his. I think his friends and family absolutely did know, but maybe his employers and stuff did not know. Crazy. He's in his 90s, man.
Yep.
And he went to space in his 90s.
Yep, he did. Bless him. Dear me.
So are you gonna keep building that bomber plane? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm thinking I am. I am enjoying it. You wait to see issue 5. Oh my god. It's just a little box like that, full, and it took me 40 minutes to do it. It's so tiny and detailed.
Did you get new contacts?
You bought some of those glasses, those.
Well, I noticed your last couple of videos you haven't been wearing any glasses. Did you get new contacts, or you just?
Yeah, I've just bought some contact lenses, and I've mainly got them for when I dress up as Indy.
Well, now you just need a big bushy mustache, and nobody will recognize you.
No, I need to dye my hair as well.
Don't dye your hair.
Yeah, because I got a new Indy hat. So
nice.
I thought if I'm not wearing glasses, it looks better, doesn't it?
I got a new Boss Hog hat.
Yeah, so I'm quite happy with that. It needs a bit of weathering. I'm trying to lighten it a bit, putting the fold in the front. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Is that? It's not the 400, 500 pounds. That's gone up in price. That has really gone up in price. You know, the actual hat makers of the actual hat, they're like £400 or £500 to buy.
Mhm.
But when I first started putting together my indie outfit, they were like £200-300. But since indie came out, they've gone up.
Yes, and of course they're licensed, which adds 50%
Well,
to
yeah,
the
'cause
total price, right?
They are the original hatters. It's like the jacket.
But I mean, they made that hat before Indiana Jones existed. So I mean, all they did is
Oh yeah.
put a label on it, label it as now a
Yeah.
Disney property.
Well, they made
so
it
they
especially. They
can
made
sell
it
it.
especially for Harrison Ford.
But I bet you
How
that
he
same
wanted it.
company, you can still get that exact same hat
Yeah.
without the Disney tag for half the price.
Oh yeah.
I could be wrong, but I
Yeah.
don't think they have any exclusive rights to make that style of cap.
Well, they don't make the actual Raiders hat anymore because they haven't got the mold for it.
Well, they can just make a new mold.
But it's not the same mold.
Well, then you make a new mold. It's not
Yeah, but
hard to replicate anything nowadays.
You know, it is. Get the exact thing. So
Have you ever
with
watched?
the jacket? With the
Have you ever
jacket,
watched the guys that make those hats?
the jacket's only £235 from the original jacket makers.
That's not leather, then.
Yeah.
Not for $200. Leather
Yeah.
costs
Yeah.
$100 like a square foot.
Uh-huh.
Real leather from a cow. Yeah.
Yeah. How much did this cost me?
If it didn't cost you $400, it's probably not leather.
It costs its leather.
You buy it from the thrift store?
It costs its leather.
I had a leather jacket in my 20s, and I know it cost me like $400 because it was leather.
I saw you
And
coming.
And my old business partner, he had a 76 Cadillac Eldorado, so like similar to Boss Hogg's Cadillac with the convertible roof. And he reupholstered the front and back seats and the roof with real white leather, and that cost him like $7,000 just for the leather. And then he had to pay like another probably double another $10,000 to get the guys to actually sew it and cut it and form it. And yeah, it's not cheap, man. If you're buying big pieces.
So is rabbit felt.
Because cows are only so big, right? Like you can only get a
Cows are massive.
But you can only get
massive. What are you on about?
Try and get a 6 foot wide seamless piece of leather. Like,
yeah,
it's tough, man.
You get about 20 off a cow.
What, by 20 by 1 inch? You peel it like an apple core, maybe. That's how they get the long strings for whips and stuff. It's similar to that. $169, 2015. Yeah, I guess there is different qualities of leather too, right? And and if your jacket's lined, and if it's a brand name,
it's made by the people who made the original jacket.
Yeah, but the people who made these original companies were little small mom and pop shops at the time. They just happened to be a block away from Pinewood Studios. Same with the guys who made the Prop Master, I think they're called, Stormtrooper helmets and the blasters. They got that work because they were literally down the road from the studio, right? They didn't have multiple prop makers back in the 70s, but now they're everywhere, right?
They made their own.
Tom Spina's and Rigo Robots. It's huge business now. I know we got a couple of those companies here in Vancouver that make props, but I mean, it's mostly the rental business here is what's huge, because there's such a big turnaround of TV shows and movies being filmed that they can reuse a lot of these mailboxes and police cars. And they're making a horror movie at Molly's Reach. Do you remember what Molly's Reach was? That was the restaurant in Beachcombers, which is a real place on Vancouver Island, Gibson's. But they're making a horror movie there right now. A couple of my friends are working on it, and they showed the pictures of Molly's Reach. I'm like, hey, are they remaking the Beachcombers? And I had to look it up. No, they're not making.
Beachcombers.
They're not rebooting the Beachcombers,
I'm not
but
playing it.
there is a cartoon.
I'm not playing Beachcombers. I get in trouble.
In trouble. You don't make the 10 cents off your stream.
Hey. 20.
My last 4 videos I put up with copyright claims on purpose, just to make the video better, and I'm totally okay with that, since it's never gonna get 1 million views, right? Unless retro Boba Fett becomes president of the United States. There's no reason why 1 million people would ever view a vintage Kenner start video on YouTube. But what I'm learning now, Mark, what's hot right now is all the paranormal, ghost, shadow, aliens, Bigfoots. That stuff is huge on the YouTubes now.
Oh yeah, minutes from.
Well, I think you've heard of that Slap Tam guy.
Slap Tam, yeah, Slap Tam.
There's people that are 10 times bigger than him that just share the exact same content. It's weird, man. And I know if I was to make a video and share like paranormal TikTok videos, it would all get claimed, right? If people find it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how those guys make.
You gotta be in the know.
I don't know how those guys make money on YouTube.
I did a reaction to the Ghostbusters trailer last week, and I'm really surprised I didn't get anything off that. I thought that's pretty cool. So I know what I'm doing now with the trailer reactions.
I did one trailer reaction for the Kenobi series, and yeah, it got several thousand views in the first couple of hours. But it's just because I made a silly thumbnail is the only reason. I did the. It works, man. It's silly. If I do that and I got big boobs, I'll get even more views.
Oh yeah, I've got those. I am still live on that other channel. I'm still live on somebody else's channel.
They can't hear you talk.
No, it's I was in a live stream earlier.
Yeah, I was watching it, but can't they hear you talking to me right now?
No.
Or you must be muted on their channel then.
Yeah, I'm not on it.
Oh, I thought you said you were.
I am live streaming it.
Oh, even though you're not on it?
I've got it unlisted. It's not on because I've got it unlisted. But if I put it to public, I'll be getting the revenue from that.
It is public because I was watching it.
Oh yeah, it was earlier, but it's not now because
okay.
I'm doing this one. But once I wish it'd stop it because.
Oh, you can't stop it because it's.
No. It's. I must have because I just clicked off. I just shut the window down, and I didn't click end stream.
So you have 2 live streams going at the same time?
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. As long as you're on somebody else's live stream.
Yeah, I guess you couldn't stream two at 2 different times on StreamYard, even if one was, say you're talking Star Wars on YouTube. You couldn't film yourself saying something else on another channel. You know what I mean?
You're reviewing it, yeah, but there's still copyright.
Yeah, if you're obviously just stealing their content, yeah. There's a bunch of people that got copyright strikes. And a bunch of people, I think 2 different people got copyright strikes from one of the actual Star Wars creators, someone Gillian. It's weird because these are content creators who often share Star Wars content and talk about news and show clips from, Clone Wars or Star Wars or whatever they do. They just steal other people's copyrighted footage, put it on, and then do a voiceover saying, here's what I think is going to happen. How they all don't get copyright strikes on a daily basis, I have no idea, because that's one of the things on YouTube you're not allowed to just do. Like, copyright claims are fine. They'll happen if people happen to know about it. But if you're a smaller channel and you see someone posting your content or stealing a little 1-minute clip of your drone footage or something, they can strike your channel. And Like,
yeah.
what's
I
it?
know.
3 strikes, you're out, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So you do got to be careful. Like, not you,
Oh,
but
yeah.
in general, people on YouTube got to be careful when they do
I borrowed some
share stuff.
footage of a train. A couple of years back, I borrowed some footage of a train. And I got a strike.
Did you fight it? Did you have commentary over top?
No, I mean, it's fair use, but you know what? I
Well,
should have. I should have fought it, but I just thought
it's only fair
I
use
will now
if that
because
person doesn't file a claim.
you get a week ban.
Yeah, it's only fair use unless that person files a claim. If they file a claim, they consider it to not be fair use. It's up to that person's discretion, weirdly. So for me, like, I wouldn't share a large chunk of someone's video without actually messaging them in advance and saying, hey, I'm recording a video or I'm doing a live stream and I like to share this 3 minutes from one of your videos.
I always ask.
But I've never shared a video where I'm required to ask something yet. Music is one thing. Music is one thing because that's where you're most likely not going to get a strike, is just music. It's the video content that somebody previously edited in some shape or form for the purpose of monetizing it. That's where you got to be careful. Like, if you play it and you're talking 100% of the time and you get a copyright of any kind, you could fight it and you should win. But if you're just playing it and doing this for longer than a minute, they have every right to own that content.
This ways around everything.
But those people, like, if someone just reposted my videos, I would probably contact them and say, hey, this is my content, right? Here's a link to it. You can't share it, before just clicking the claim button or the strike button. Some people don't understand how that works. They don't know it really can hurt a channel.
Yeah.
So I'm going to watch Rocky 1 to 4 this weekend.
Rocky. I was going to watch. I've just bought Close Encounters because I've not watched Close Encounters since
drive-in.
since it was out. So I have bought it on DVD. So we're going to watch that tonight, but I'll watch it tomorrow. I think now.
It's
11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock. Yeah, no.
So who's going to win the Super Bowl?
49ers.
Be nice, man. I'm a little disappointed to see Kansas City in there again.
I'd prefer them than Buffalo.
I'm glad the AFC West is in it because I've always been a big fan of the AFC West, which is now not the AFC West.
The Raiders fans are going to be the most pissed off fans in the world because the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be in their locker room and their neighbors are going to be in the other.
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say, I bet you there's other dress rooms besides they won't be in the Raiders dress room. It's a modern stadium. I would almost guarantee they built extra dress rooms for that purpose. Oh, for sure they did. Dallas Cowboys did it. All the modern stadiums.
It's Mark Davis. Come on.
All the modern NFL type stadiums have multiple dressing rooms because they have tournaments, right? They have horse riding competitions, whatever. The USA high school cheerleading.
All the Raiders are shit in a bag. All the Raiders are shit in a bag and left it in the locker room.
Yeah, well, partly, but yeah, it's such a big multi-billion-dollar building that they can build another 400 square foot room with wooden benches and water.
We're coming up to 2 hours, so I'm gonna jump off. I got other things to talk about. I had a video to show. Did Molly have braces? Did Dolly have braces? Sorry, we'll do that next time. If you know, you know. Right. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Really appreciate it. On a Saturday night when you've got nothing else to do. I'm going to go. See you later.
Cheers, all.
Sub to Rick.
Jacob, wait till me get the rope. Jacob!